You're watching the weekly Wednesday What's Up. Let's begin. Son number
Oh, my wiener.
Focus, come on, baby. All right, we good? We good. You're watching the weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel where I tell you everything that happened to me in 1 week. And today I am just broadcasting from home. I just got home. It's like 10:30 or so. I should have actually prepared something else I was trying to do just in case, but that's sorry, that's my own personal thing. I just, today I actually went to Fuji-Q. Fuji-Q, and Fuji-Q is basically like a, it's an amusement park. It's one of the biggest amusement parks in Japan. It's one of the most thrill rides, like the biggest thrill rides and shit. And I went to a few different rides. I did this one, it was pretty cool. You could see Mount Fuji. I probably should have done all the earlier thrill rides early on. But for example, I went to something called Fujiyama twice, actually. It was really good. It actually was the best one.
Damn, Japan got joked.
It has a 79 meter drop. No, the maximum drop is 70 meters. It was a 70 meter drop, and I gotta tell you guys, it was like so, like, it was too much for me. Like, I couldn't, like, even the second time, just that first drop is just the way the roller coaster kind of like flings you out. Like, it just was, every time I held my breath, I just couldn't like control my body anymore, and I was just like panicking a bit. And you know, the other thing that bothers me about drops and such in a roller coaster is because of the fact that when I was younger, Magic Mountain, there was this one woman who was afraid of heights, and she was afraid of, she had a fear of heights or something like that. And I remember, to get over her fear of heights, she went ahead and she went on this ride called Goliath, which I believe is a 100-foot drop. This is in Six Flags California, Magic Mountain, and she ended up having a brain aneurysm and died on the spot and shit. So like, I always kind of get worried about that, so I make sure like I stretch out and just keep my mind at ease spiritually and such. And at the same time, guys, today is Setsubun as well, and so a bunch of stuff was like thrown out, like candy and such. And what Setsubun basically is like, it's the idea of like you're throwing out the bad, like the past. It's kind of like New Year's, but you're like, you know, for all should all forgotten be for naught or something like that, and you're just throwing out all the bad of your life and trying to bring in the good. You're getting rid of the demons, and so it's a whole thing of like throwing beans and candy at monsters and shit. And hey, I'm not 100% fully sure on how that is, but it is what it is. And so I got a bunch of stuff from like a Power Ranger. It was really weird. A lot of the rides were actually broke down, or like being repaired. It looks like there was this one that was really popular, something called Gianaka, the world's top roller coaster with 14 rolls. Like, I couldn't go to that one. I did try this other one. I forgot what this one was called. It's Takagafu. Yeah, whatever it was called. Why is it? You know what's funny? This is like an English map, but it's actually not. Most of it isn't even in English. So I wanted to do. I went to that one. I thought that one was actually really inventive. I enjoyed it a lot as well. And this one was like a new roller coaster with a maximum drop angle of 121 degrees. Yeah, that was hard as well because it was the same thing. Like it was just flinging you over and just dangling you. Like it was something quite wild. Like yeah, like some of these were pretty, like I'm a big fan, like I've done the Magic Mountain thing for a while and I'm quite the veteran of that, but some of these I had no idea what was coming and you really couldn't tell from the angle you were looking at. Like a good perspective to give you is the fact that with Magic Mountain, they kind of show off the entire roller coaster like throughout, like the line is within the roller coaster, if that makes sense, so you can kind of see what the entire course is. In Japan, like from what I've seen for all these, it's really hard to tell. You can't really get a good layout of what's going to happen, the ride and how it goes about. So yeah, that was it. There's another one I wanted to do, was called Dodo Geo or whatever. This one, and that one is basically like Superman. They just shoot you out really strong at 172 kilometers in 1.8 seconds. That's pretty goddamn dope. But that one shut down. Actually, that one around, this was kind of weird. This amusement park closed at 5 o'clock. So right around 4 o'clock, they were taking the last stuff for everything. I did this other one that was kind of disappointing, but it was like this weird like simulation type of game. Like you're supposed to like basically get through this like military compound without getting caught, and like you're supposed to avoid the lights and everything. So it was weird. You had this vest on as well, so and you were like trying to avoid a robot, and that part was pretty fun actually. But it was like I got caught. I don't know, maybe I was like too fat and the light sensor caught me or something like that. But basically, I couldn't get through, and that kind of sucked. And it was like a 45-minute wait for that to go through that, so I felt like we kind of wasted time doing that. Instead, we could have gotten on one of the roller coasters, but you live and you learn, basically. I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but oh well. It is what it is. So let's continue on to something else. Let's talk about the computer stuff, actually. So I have over here, spin you around here real quick. So this is my Seagate drive right here, and it's kind of still, it's still busted. You know, actually at this point, I actually detached this bottom half of the Seagate thing, and I plugged it back in to see if it would work. Like, hold on, let me see if I can do it like this. See, I took it out. I just took it out to see maybe if there was just a loose connection or something like that, and I plugged it back in, and I put the power, like, okay, so there, I'm all connected, right? So let me go ahead and plug this in. Even without the cable, power should be going to this thing, but now absolutely not. There's like no power at all now. Pretty damn bad. Like, I checked the power cord, it should be working, it should be turning on, but nothing at this point now. So now I'm a little even more worried about that. So in all likelihood, that means that I'm gonna have to crack this open myself and get one of those adapters like my Trevor and friends were helping me online to see, but that's gonna cost me money. Like adapters, I don't really money I don't really have. Here's the passport thing, the one that I was supposed to be using a long time ago, but I never actually got in. Like, basically, I was only going to use this one for editing and on the go, basically, when I was going to take my stuff to work so I could edit the reactions and other videos for you guys. I was just going to use that, but I never got around to it. Now I have to. In short, I think I'm just basically going to have to. There's two reactions on here I need to salvage, or just come out honestly and just tell you guys like, that shit, let's rewatch it again. We're gonna have to do a re-reaction and it's the lost files. But there's actually a lot of footage on here that I need, so I'm gonna have to recover this sooner than later. I don't know who can do that out here for me, if it's cheaper to do that, or if it's cheaper just for me to get another adapter or something and recover the drive that way. But anyways, I just heard, someone just also told me that Seagate is having a problem. Like, Seagate actually got like sued or something, like a lawsuit, because their models were just suddenly crashing, and that's exactly what happened. If I look really tired, it's because I am, because of this situation that happened early on a couple days ago, and I haven't been able to actually get any other sort of videos up since then. But what's probably gonna happen starting tomorrow after I get some rest or whatever is I'll probably start working with this Weston one, or whatever this is called. What is this? WD, whatever. I'll probably start working with this one more, and or from now on, just to handle the file sizes for editing and things like that, and my intros and all that stuff. I'm sure I have them somewhere in an email, somewhere like that, or I'll take the old videos and cleverly edit them. It's more or less the stuff like Flash and all that shit I'm gonna have to redo from scratch, which I really am not looking forward to, because there's certain like numbers and formulas and like color codes that I was using, but it's also a good opportunity to maybe try something different. But it's just gonna delay, everything's gonna be delayed this week. That's the frustrating part. Ruby, Flash, I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I'm probably gonna do, and I want to salvage this as soon as possible, but I don't know what's going to be the best way if I do it myself. Because if I do it myself, that means I'm going to have to go to Akiba or like some electronics place, go find all that stuff, get somebody to help me with it, or like whatever, or get the tools to do it and crack it open. It's going to take time to work that way, and I don't really know if I want to spend that kind of money as well at this moment in time. I'd rather save the $100, $200 in terms of the moving, the big move, the final move, right? That's a little kind of a little more important to me right now at this moment in time, to just focus on saving money. Yeah, it's always the money. It's always the money situation. By the way, the Evangelion part of Fuji Q was really cool. I'll get a video out there for you guys sooner than later. I was just thinking about that. I don't know why. Evangelion. What was I gonna say? Something else. So that's what's going on with the review stuff. The computer. Luckily, the computer itself is fine. It's just the hard drive and all the files. I have to figure out what to do in the near future for that one. It's so frustrating. I never had a problem with this one before, and honestly, I've never actually had a problem with an external drive ever. And the only reason I got Seagate this time around, I believe, is because my previous external drive was a Seagate one and never gave me any problems. So I don't know, just a freak accident, fluke type of situation. I don't know. I am kind of curious to try to crack it open myself though, and see what I can do. We'll see. Yeah. Anyways, because I do like tinkering all around. Well, there's something I was gonna say. Okay, so that's that for whatever this is considered. Anything else like you guys wanted me to talk about? So I guess we can briefly. I don't even know if I really should address this, because I don't believe in like hyping this more than people have already over exaggerated this situation. But this thing with Tyrone and Grade A, two YouTubers, and I stress that, two YouTubers I really respect on both sides for the craft that they put out and the work that they do. Having this kind of feud or whatever, but the thing that people don't really kind of recognize so much is the fact that like this is one of Tyrone's kind of Tyrone's kind of good and bad habits, so to speak, is the fact that he reacts, no pun intended, so quickly to certain situations. And if he had never actually even made the initial video, this wouldn't have been blown out of proportion as much as it is right now. It wasn't a big thing, like, or as far as I know, like, it was like, nobody cared, like, nobody cared, about this until the video was made, and it wasn't until that initial video was made that I started getting emails and all that. But and the other irony here is the fact that if it wasn't for Tyrone's audience, the Magnus sites, Grade A wouldn't nearly be as pushed as he is nowadays. Or like, I understand he had other videos afterwards, but he didn't actually start to really blow up until myself, Tyrone, we came by. We actually enjoyed his video, supported it, I agreed with Grade A's points, where Tyrone actually just was entertained, I believe, by the video and such, and wasn't mad at him or anything like that. So it kind of goes hand in hand here. Is like, there are fans that are really big fans of both Grade A and Tyrone, myself, and all that other stuff. But anyways, in short, I spoke to both of them after that video about the situation or whatever. I heard Grade A's point of view in this situation, and how he feels about reaction videos in general, and which is sometimes I also think it's funny, considering he asked me permission to use one of my a clip from my reaction video for one of his Nicole Arbor videos. But what can you do about that? But he's he's still dead on point, or he's still dead set on, he really doesn't think reaction videos have any place in YouTube. And from his point of view, like you guys know with me, I always try to look at both sides of the situation. And from his point of view and where he was introduced to reaction videos, I can completely understand if your impression and first kind of like examples of what a reaction video and a reaction channel is being of someone, silently staring at a video, giggling, saying "oh damn" a few times, if that's kind of like what reaction videos are to you, your first impression, then I could see where it paints a very ugly picture. And we already know how that went down, and how that all came to be with YouTubers, other YouTubers, I should say, bigger YouTubers, calling out reaction channels and talking shit about reaction channels, because the only ones that they see are the ones that are insanely popular, quote unquote, or have abused the SEO terms so badly that, like I'm saying, the only videos you see, if you type in subject A, right afterwards you'll see subject A reaction, like that, by one of these opportunist reactors and such. So I get the point where if you if you see, I get Grade A's point, if you only have seen that and you didn't see a different style from the beginning before it was oversaturated. So I see where he's coming from, but I don't fully agree with his point of view, but nobody will fully agree with my point of view. Whatever. Basically, I don't care. I'm not going to get involved in any of this right now until that video is released, and we'll see. It could all just be a bunch of hype. Who knows? it could already be something I already know. But he didn't tell me. Grade A didn't tell me. The only thing we really talked about was the whole thing about requesting. He wanted to get it cleared up whether or not, like, I asked Tyrone to take down the video, which I never did. People were getting it twisted that way. But yeah, he said he's mad about something more, which I have no idea what he's talking about. So it might be something I already know, but he never told me what he's more mad about. So I'm curious myself a bit, but I'm not gonna try to hype this stupid shit up, and I don't think you guys should either, because it's a waste of everybody's time and effort when you guys could be doing better things. But at the same time, some people really enjoy that kind of drama and like to see people at each other's throats, and I mean that this is the idea of reality TV, and this is a form of entertainment. And you know, I mean, just look at the way you don't need quotes for that. The fake rap game is, it's like if your album's not selling, you make beef with someone to get it selling. So it's ridiculously, I mean, even Lady Gaga and Lady Gaga really came into, like, her legitimate beef or whatever was with Christina Aguilera in the beginning, because people thought, like, or Christina Aguilera, I think, called her out and said that she's trying to copy or something like that. I don't remember. It was something really stupid, but people started turning their heads. But at the same time, after that, they started listening to Lady Gaga. I'm like, oh, she's actually pretty good or whatever. So it is what it is on that shit, and I really don't want to play any part in that sort of situation until I see all the facts presented, like usual, you know. There was another point I was going to make about that, like, so, you know, unless, like, so the only time I may not even after the video actually comes out, I may not even have anything more to say about it there, because it might not involve me at all. Maybe minuscule, but probably not. So what was I gonna say? I only really, with these sort of things, and I was thinking about this earlier today, like, I didn't change my entire life. I didn't give up my nice life in Fukuoka to live in a closet for a while out here, to come out here, to come back to Tokyo, to get involved with the Japan YouTube stuff. I didn't, like, make these sacrifices to just get caught up in some fake ass drama shit. Because for me, if there's, like, if I actually really do have a problem with someone, like, there is no changing that. There is no way to go back to being nice or whatever. So I'm very careful about the times that, like if I ever get involved with something like that, I never would. I will completely disassociate myself with those people or persons. After all, it'll be a complete, like, erasure. Like, there's some people that just fucking piss me off so much. Even in my, like, even today, someone was trying to get me to, like, react or respond and, like, really get caught up in this drama, and I was just like I just kept on giving, like, one word responses, like, okay, like, I have no point, like, I don't know what you want me to say. I have nothing to say about this, and I'm not going to talk about this, because, again, these are two people that I very much respect in terms of what they have done in the last year or so. I'm like, you know, keep fucking bringing this bullshit up. Like, I need to disassociate myself with that kind of bullshit. So, you know, so what I was going to say is the only way I would really get myself involved is if I feel that there is something that directly affects my channel or me, or if I've been unfairly called out, like last time, which, by the way, I still have never received an apology for that sort of situation, being unjustly called out and dragged through. So especially considering how I was trying to be, how unbiased I was trying to be in that situation. Whether or not people wanted to believe or see that, with the call to YouTube, if they wanted to believe or see that, it's like, psst. But then after all the fucking lies and all that other stuff, then at that point I was completely like, okay, I stopped being unbiased, and like I just stopped caring. Like I just wanted to disassociate myself from some form of cancers to the reaction videos, to the reactor community, and you know, I had to be very careful whether or not I needed to even disassociate myself from the people that would associate with the problems that we have even today now, when it became a thing of YouTubers versus reactors, and like the defense of those claims, of those lies. But I'm getting off on the wrong subject here. That's not what I really want to talk about. In short, yeah. So yeah, I never got an apology for falsely, or for bringing my name up into that mess. But if it comes down to it, then maybe I'll talk about it, or we'll see. But like I said, I talked to both Tyrone and GradeA a few days, well, when that first video was, and I guess that first tweet, that first video, and I'm fine, or we're cool. Both sides, as far as I know, are cool in terms of with me, or whatever. With the GradeA thing, the definition of tight, it was just a misunderstanding, I suppose, or maybe he was just trying to be in character. I don't know. Sometimes you have to do that. Like, it's one of those things about the WWE. Like the WWE wants, like, so back in the day, the WWE was like a 80s, like back in the 80s and the early, about the 80s and shit. Like every character, the WWE, you had to be like a fireman or a fucking police officer or something like that, or a clown, right? And you had to like live and die by that role. It was called, you know, you had to be in kayfabe all the time. And then later, until when the Attitude Era, people's personalities started coming out more. And so sometimes that's the way I feel, especially working with YouTube Tokyo, YouTube Japan. It's the fact that YouTubers, especially Japanese YouTubers, they have to be in this kayfabe mode. Like they have to have some sort of gimmick. They're gimmick YouTubers. Like they have to, like, one chick eats a lot but she's not fat, another one does prank, so there's a gimmick basically, opposed to people just being a little more realistic and just being a personality instead. Myself, like that, just my videos, you know, the gimmick things obviously pick up a lot faster, because it's very simple and people like to classify their characters a certain way like that. But you know, some other people like the personality based, because both of them are talented in a sense, but the personality one, it takes a lot more energy to just always be yourself and be accountable for yourself, opposed to a character you play or have to always kind of remember. So I don't know, actually, to be honest, I actually don't know which one's harder. But we're done. I think this was quite a long Weekly Wednesday What's Up for the 27th, but I wanted to kind of address some of those topics while we're here right now, okay? So like, share, subscribe, and if you have any questions, not about that, only stuff that concerns me, I'll do my best to comment back. And I got to finish up this birthday stuff for my girl tonight. I don't know what movie we're gonna watch, but I gotta look for something because all my porn was deleted from my hard drive. God damn it. And I'll let you guys know what's up next week. Peace.